What is up, guys? Hurricane Liz here, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about at all. However, if you're in the comments, you'll know exactly what this is because people have been bringing this up, and that is the fact of the matter that with merch and selling t-shirts, we are 100% in a recession. And today I'm going to talk about a couple things that will affect us long term and how we actually strategize to make this still very profitable for ourselves and how we ensure that we continue to sell t-shirts going forward. The fact of the matter is right now, people are more concerned with what do they wipe their ass with, and good thing for me is I got all this extra cloth here just in case. But I'm being dead serious, guys. This is a time where people are more concerned with getting toilet paper, getting eggs, and all those other things that we see that are running out at the store, and making sure that we have those on hand as opposed to buying t-shirts, right? So how do we as sellers adjust and still try to make the most possible money that we would, despite the fact that, oh, we've got all this stuff going on? So I hope that you're not one of those people that fall into the trap of just watching constant news and worrying and feeling anxiety because of what's going on out there. Fall out of that trap and listen to what I got to show you here. So in order to do that, we're going to jump on my screen share and I'm going to show you what we have and what we can strategize for moving forward if we're going to sell Amazon merch t-shirts. So let's go ahead and jump straight in there. All right, so let's talk about this merch recession and why I'm saying all this stuff. First and foremost, for those of you guys that actually sell on Amazon, last week we all got this actual message when we logged into our account that basically said that almost all shipments of non-essential items, and again, I'll go over non-essential items shortly, would be put to a halt until April 5th. So everybody was up in arms, freaking the F out about this actual notification. And yes, it's huge. I'm going to cover the full impact of this that it's had on my Amazon businesses in the full coronavirus update video, which will be out on Saturday. But for now, what I'm going to talk about is what kind of effect this actually had on merch. Because at first, everything seemed cool. It seemed like t-shirts would still sell at least somewhat well. Because, hey, at the end of the day, people are always going to need clothes. And no matter what, people are always going to buy t-shirts. They're cheap and they're cool and people love to wear t-shirts. Like I'm wearing one right now. Who isn't out there, right? And so what happened was it looked like everything was going to be fine. But then we started to get this type of notification, which is, if you're a merch seller, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If I look at strictly merch shirts, and let's say I want to look at Baby Yoda shirts, right? I want to search Baby Yoda shirts and hit go, and it's going to bring back all the actual Baby Yoda shirts. And look at these guys. These guys will stop at nothing to try and actually sell these shirts. They got Baby Yoda with an American flag and some toilet paper and what seems to be a Corona beer, which is breaking all sorts of rules, right? But anyways, they're still selling them. And right here, I survived the toilet paper apocalypse. So toilet paper apocalypse are pretty hot right now. And what we can see from these actual shirts is if I click into them, a lot of them looks like they're merchant fulfilling, but I went into strictly just merch. And now it's pulling back this information. If I click large, it's going to say in stock and ships in 4 to 5 days. So this isn't actually a true merch shirt. It's another third-party actual thing, and merch research is not working properly. So let's go see if we can actually find a merch by Amazon shirt. All right, so I think I found one, and now I got to select the size and see what it tells me. So I've selected the size, and right here it tells me delivery doesn't happen till April 23rd. Now keep in mind, it is March 25th, and it's not even guaranteed April 23rd. It's between April 23rd and May 7th. And this is happening all across merch. And the problem with that is that people are going to be like, wow, I don't know where I'm even going to be at in 1 month or what's going to be happening with the coronavirus and or the status or what I'm going to be able to do. So regarding that, I think a lot of them are actually going to just wait to buy it at a later date. Like I could be completely wrong, but so far the merch sales of the shirts that I do have show that people are waiting for products that are not going to be shipped until April 23rd. And again, the main reason this has happened is because Amazon has prioritized getting out essential items to people like toilet paper and not Corona beer, but I know a lot of us need a beer after we hear news like this. And as a result, merch shirts, again, pushed back for almost a month. So definitely expect a dip in sales. Now, what does that mean for us and what should we do? Well, fact of the matter, as I said before, merch sales will definitely dip, but you will see that a lot of these third-party shirts that are now third-party fulfilled, merchant fulfilled, are popping up and ranking extremely well. So what that means is find one like Teespring. I know Teespring has a plugin that just straight in plugs into your Shopify store, and you can create the actual t-shirts, put them on your Shopify store, and then instantly with the plugin, list them on Amazon. So that is one option. You should be able to list those and merchant fulfill them. Make sure that if you do that, you change the handling time on your t-shirt, find out how long it's actually taking Teespring to fulfill these, and change the handling time as much as 7 days. So if we take a look at one of these that is actually doing that, and I can pretty much tell because it'll show the shipping as $5.95. So if we click into this listing, it's going to say delivers April 7th through 15th. So what they're probably doing is fulfilling through a third party like Teespring, and then changing that handling time to about 14 to 20 days. That way it gives them 20 days to fulfill. So if Teespring runs into some problems, they won't have problems with Amazon, and Amazon will not ding their account or look badly upon their account. So make sure you change that handling time. And again, Teespring is one for sure that I know that does this, but I've seen a lot of brand new print-on-demand platforms that also do the same thing with this little app. Now, another thing that you might notice is that there are other actual items in the clothing list that do classify as essential items. So you're going to possibly notice that all merch shirts will take a dip in the BSR, and all shirts that are merchant fulfilled will start to spring up because more and more people are going to buy those because they think they're going to get those faster. Same thing for essential clothing items like probably underwear. Like people are going to need underwear regardless. So you might see underwear that typically don't sell as well as you all of a sudden are selling well as you, but just understand that the niche as a whole, which are merch shirts, are going to see a decline in the BSRs. So what I'm saying is don't freak out, and the best thing that you can do is put your head down and keep on designing, because those people that are freaking out and are stopping and have got all sorts of anxiety because of this, or are constantly on the news looking to see what's going on, are going to fall behind at some point when things start pumping out again, and you will be poised to have big numbers if you just keep producing. Now, what else should we actually do? Well, fact of the matter is, if we look at, there's a lot of shirts already out there for Easter, and while they are selling, there's not going to really be a lot of Easter get-togethers. So keep that in mind, and potentially just don't create as many Easter shirts because it falls right in the middle of, like, they're not even going to be able to be delivered until April 23rd. And I think a lot of this actual ranking is because of the fact that people bought them before that happened. So these people are still expecting to see the shirt. I would pay close attention to one or two shirts that do well and watch what their BSR shows, and it'll be a pretty good indication of if people are actually still buying Easter shirts. So I might look at this next week and see how the BSRs are in order to determine if I'm going to really use a lot of my actual workforce to start creating Easter shirts. If not, what I am going to do is I'm going to grab an actual holiday calendar. And what I did here is on Google is I showed you how to find this actual holiday calendar that shows you every single holiday you can imagine. So all I searched on Google is holiday calendar site merchinformer.com, and it's this first one that pops up, the Merch by Amazon T-shirt holidays master list. If I click into that, that's going to show me every single actual holiday that you can imagine. And if we take a look at here, right now we're at about March 25th. So if we scroll on down to March 25th, we're going to see all the actual holidays we're going to miss because of this actual delay. So Tolkien Reading Day is today, and if we look at all these things that we're going to miss up until they start shipping again, which is April 23rd, it's quite a few, including Easter Sunday, which I think is pretty much somewhere around there. Easter Sunday should be somewhere here. I'm not much of a holidays person, so I really don't keep up with these things, but this will show you every single day, including Jelly Bean Day, Lover's Day, Poem in Your Pocket Day, and all sorts of stuff. And then what you can do is use this to figure out all right, so I'm not going to bother with anything in April. I'm just going to play it safe. Instead, I want to go ahead and focus on what's going to happen in May. So you can look at all the holidays that are happening on May. That way you can focus on those instead of the April ones. It's all entirely up to how you actually want to play this. And then last thing I wanted to cover is, what does this mean for brand new sellers? Well, if you don't have a merch account already, then there's probably going to be a halt on allowing people to come in because of the fact that there's really no sense to it. They really can't sell and or fulfill these shirts for the next month. So I would imagine that they're also not going to take a lot of sellers. That's just my guess. And that is also gauging off of the number of people that have actually told me that they did not tier up despite the fact that they sold all the shirts required at the level and they were up to 80% full of inventory in stock. So my guess is there are not going to be any tier ups. If somebody does get one, please let me know below, as I would like to inform everybody else. But those are just my thoughts on what they're going to do in order to make sure that not that many shirts sell, because at the end of the day, right now, they do not have the manpower to actually fulfill this, which brings me to one last point. If you Google this, there was actually a report that Amazon is hiring 100,000 workers. So right now, because of the actual crazy demand, Amazon is hiring and opening up 100,000 new positions to help them actually fulfill during this stressful time. Now, they probably aren't permanent positions, but they are temporary positions. And this just goes to show you that Amazon, which is probably has some of the most sophisticated and intelligent data that there is out there, is betting on this happening for some period of time. So know that, and as I said before, just do what you can, which is keep producing t-shirts in the meantime, and hopefully soon we are out of this big mess. Other than that, post your questions and comments below and let me know if you like this content and or what else you would like to see. I always personally answer those, and I will see you all in the next video.